back to the channel, The Hunting, Fishing Lifestyle. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and look down there and subscribe, like our channel. We went to Alaska this year. We spent 2 weeks up there fishing for salmon, halibut, rockfish, a little bit of sightseeing, not a whole lot of sightseeing, more fishing than anything. We're going to show you guys a couple of our favorite ways to cook it. Today we're going to do 4 different recipes. We're going to do a lemon dill grilled. We're going to do a brown sugar and butter grilled. We're going to do a blackened salmon. And then we're going to do a salmon strips kind of sauteed with a wine and heavy cream reduction. For our grilled salmon, we're going to leave the skin on. And I'm going to show you how it's going to come off when we take it off the grill. But if you can see these little bitty row of pin bones in here, we don't like eating around the bones, so we go in and pluck them. You can do it with tweezers or hemostats, whatever you find that works best. You can feel them with your finger and see them, and it's just one row of pin bones that comes through. And when we clean them, your bigger pieces have them. Your tail pieces, when we get to it here in a minute, they won't have them. But those bigger pieces will have a row of pin bones. And like I said, we like to pull them out. All right, guys, today we're doing grilled salmon. We're going to do it 2 different ways. We're going to do a brown sugar and butter. And then we're going to do a lemon and dill. They're going to both be on the grill. They're going to both be wrapped in aluminum foil. Obviously, they're going to be done separately. We're grilling this on a green egg today. Any grill will work. We get it about $3.50. What we're going to do with the salmon fillet, we're going to put it skin side down. Once we put it skin side down, we're going to take some brown sugar. Be liberal with the brown sugar. Coat it heavy, push it down on there. Make sure all of it's covered. Once you get the salmon fillet covered with brown sugar, we're going to take some butter. We're going to put a couple dabs of butter on it. We're going to take that aluminum foil, we're going to wrap it up tight. Once you roll it up, wrap up the ends. And the brown sugar and butter salmon is ready to go on the grill. All right, guys, the second one today that we're going to do is going to be a lemon dill. Same thing that we did with the one before, skin side down on the aluminum foil. This time we're going to take a lemon. I'll cut a few slices off of it. Take about the rest of that half, and we're going to give it a good coat of lemon juice on there. Once we do that, we're going to take some dill. You can use either fresh dill or the dried dill. Fresh dill I find is a little bit better, but we are fresh out of fresh dill, so we're going to use it out of the jar. I prefer, because it makes my wife happy, to make a little smiley face with the lemons. It is a lemon dill salmon that's going to go on the grill. Once we put the lemon and the dill on there and get it all wrapped up, we're going to add a little bit of butter to this, just a little bit on top. We're going to wrap it up just like we did our brown sugar. Both of these are ready to go on the grill. We're going to grill them on about 350, 375. We're going to grill them for about 7 to 9 minutes. That's it. Don't overcook your salmon. Once you overcook it, it dries out. Not near as good. So 7 to 9 minutes is more than enough for a fillet that's this thick. One of the sides that we're going to have with our salmon today is going to be grilled asparagus. So we're going to trim the fatter ends off. On our asparagus, we're going to add a little bit of salt. Any kind of kosher salt, we like a salt on it, and a little bit of garlic salt. Throw some butter on it. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to put our asparagus on first. It's going to take a little bit longer to cook than the salmon. We want everything to get done at the same time. We'll put it on for about 12 to 14 minutes. We kind of put it on the side, not right over the direct heat. I'll stick that asparagus on first. We're going to let it go for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll add the salmon to it. All right, the asparagus has been on for about 4 minutes. We're going to take our salmon. We're going to put it on the grill. Again, we've got a brown sugar and we've got a lemon dill. Always open it up slow, burp it a little bit, skin side down. We're going to put the salmon on. We're going to start our timer. We're going to start it for about 8 minutes on these is what we're going to check it at. As long as the fish flakes a little bit, it's done and ready to go. It's been almost 10 minutes. We're going to go ahead and take our salmon off. Take a look at it. That's the brown sugar. See how it kind of flakes off? Give it a try. That is delicious. Check on our lemon dill. You guys can't really see my wife in the background video on this, so I'm gonna hand this to her. I don't think we've ever had it like that for her. Different ways to cook your catch.
That is delicious.
Uh-oh, we might have another favorite. All right, guys, we'll talk about the sides that are gonna go with this other than the asparagus here in just a minute. We're gonna get these wrapped up and get them taken inside. Thanks for watching. For our blackened salmon, we had some friends of ours tell us about this. We had never done it the way we're gonna show you how to do it. We tried it, we absolutely fell in love with it. We probably eat it at least once a week this way. Make sure all the pin bones are pulled out. This time we're gonna take the skin off. You're gonna fillet it off. You can take the skin off when you catch them. I like the way it freezes better with the skin on. All you're gonna do is take a knife, go right up against the skin. And we have a completely skinned piece of salmon. There are a lot of people that like to eat these. They'll fry them up in some oil or butter. We haven't gone to that route yet. I'm sure we'll give it a try, and when we do, we'll let you know. For our blackened, we're going to do it in a cast iron skillet with just butter and blackened in season. We're going to take it from the top of the fish. Once we skin it, take it from the top of the fish to the bottom of the fish in strips. We do them in about the width of a fork is how we like to do it. Once we have the strips cut, we're going to place them in a pan, anything aluminum foil. You're going to take some blackening seasoning. We like a bolder, zestier type that has the bigger seasoning. Once you put this blackened seasoning on one side, you're going to flip the salmon over. You're going to coat it with the blackening on both sides. Once you do that, it's ready to cook. One of our next favorite ways that we really enjoy the salmon is a lemon butter white wine reduction. That's a whole lot of fancy words for saying it's going to have a lemon sauce that goes on top of it, and we're going to put it over a bed of pasta. We're going to take the fish, kind of like we did the blackening, make sure that all the pin bones are pulled out. We're going to take our knife and we're going to fillet it off the skin. We're going to cut these just like we did for our other one. Anytime we put them in a pan or a skillet, any one of these types of recipes, we generally cut them into strips. A little bit easier to move around the pan to get them covered with the sauce that we love. For our blackened salmon today, we're going to take it over a cast iron skillet, a propane cooker. We're going to get a lot of butter in there. I know it looks like a lot of butter, but once it starts cooking down and the fish starts absorbing it, it will make all the sense to you. We're going to get this butter really, really nice and hot. Once our butter starts kind of going to a boil, starts turning a little bit of a golden brown in there, we're going to take our salmon strips and lay on top. Soak up some of that good blackened seasoning with them, that the excess that falls off. We're going to let this salmon cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. The thicker piece may take just a few minutes longer or a minute or two longer. About 3 minutes to 4 minutes each side. We're going to flip it once, see how it looks. We have tried to blacken this before in a grill, and it was good, but it doesn't put the crust on it like the cast iron skillet does. When we started cooking it like this, we absolutely fell in love with it. Again, about 3 to 4 minutes each side is all it takes for this.
That was the peacock.
And you can hear our peacock in the background. His name's Johnny, his girlfriend's name's June. A lot of times, right before I take it off, I'll give it one more flip As that butter starts reducing a little bit more, it just likes to add that extra little crust on the outside. All right, one of our other meals that we enjoy doing with this fresh salmon from Alaska, it is a lemon butter wine reduction. We're going to melt some butter in a pan. While we're melting the butter in a pan, we're going to get our shallots and our garlic cut up and diced up. We've already got the salmon prepared, and I'll show you how we're going to put it in there here in just a minute. Once we got the garlic all chopped up, we're going to set it to the side. We're going to get our shallot ready. We're going to take one shallot and put in it. We're going to dice our shallot up. If you're like me, it wasn't until not very long ago that I even knew what a shallot was. And I'm still not real sure. I think it's kind of a mix between an onion and a garlic. I can tell you this, that they are delicious when they're sauteed in on your meals. So we got one shallot, 2 fresh cloves of garlic. We're going to get our salmon added to our butter. We're going to take our salmon. We're going to salt them. And we're going to put a little pepper on them. Flip them over. Notice there is no skin on this. We've taken the skin off. And we're going to get another little coat of salt and pepper. Once we got both sides salt and pepper, we're going to take them and lay them in our butter. Make sure you lay them going away from you. That way it doesn't splatter on you. I'm not real sure what kind of phones y'all may have. You can smell it through some of the phones, but I don't know if your phone's allowing it. If you can smell it, it smells delicious. We're going to let that cook on both sides for about 3 or 4 minutes. You'll see it start turning colors. That's how you know it's getting ready. All right, while the salmon's cooking, we're going to go ahead and cut our lemon in half. We need the juice from one lemon. And we got a fancy juicer. We'll just cut it in half, let it stand by. We're fixing to flip this salmon. Come over here and check it out, what it looks like. Tried to swim away from me a little bit. We'll let that cook down a little bit more, then we'll start adding our sauce. All right, once your salmon's about done, we're going to add our shallots and our garlic. And we're going to squeeze the juice of one lemon in there. Just kind of moving the onions and shallots around, the garlic, moving everything around, let it get a good coat in there with that lemon. We're going to add our heavy cream and white wine to this recipe. We prefer the Chardonnay. I'm going to add the heavy cream now. Now I'm going to add the white wine. We're going to let this reduce down and thicken up. One of the things that we're going to do, we're going to let the salmon soak up some of that good, delicious sauce. Then we're going to pull the salmon out while our sauce thickens up, and then we'll add it back in here in just a minute.
It smells delicious.
Now I'm going to add my parsley flakes to it. We're going to reduce this down until it becomes a heavy sauce or a thicker sauce. Then we'll add our salmon back into it. All right, that sauce is starting to thicken up. We're going to add our salmon back to it. This dish we're going to put over a bed of bow tie pasta. Got it going on the back. We're going to let this just stay warm in this nice sauce right now. Well, that's a wrap. We have made 4 of our favorite dishes out of our fresh caught Alaska salmon. We're going to let our son taste test it, let us know what he thinks. We encourage you guys to try each of these at home. Super simple, super easy, and really delicious. Stay tuned next week for more.
Okay guys, personally, I've had this one before. It's one of my favorites out of all the ways we do it. I'm still going to try it though. As always, it's really good. Grilled brown sugar salmon. The next meal is same salmon from Alaska with a grilled lemon dill finish on it. Yeah, finish. That works. can really taste both of them. That's really good. Okay, this is blackened salmon. That's really good. That's really, really good. Okay, I've never had this one before, but it is a lemon butter dill with white wine reduction with a pan sear on it. That one is really good too.